Just talk about
My name is John Kirk. I'm a pop culture writer for popmythology.com, trekcore.com, and the Comics Journal Back Issue. And I have to say, as a lifelong geek, though, I'm incredibly excited to welcome Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan favorite, Emma Caulfield. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up.
Hello. I'm gonna take this off now. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I can't hear hardly anything. I'm so sick and, oh, I know. I feel like I've got headphones and cotton balls and everything in my ears. So if I'm talking at a okay level, that's awesome. I don't want to be yelling at you. First of all, hi, and thanks for coming. Some people have moderators, and I just sort of forego that because I figure, people usually have questions, and a lot of questions. And so I just kind of open it up to the floor. You can ask me pretty much anything. If anything crosses a line, I'll just say, get the fuck out of here. So yeah, do people have questions? And I'm going to ask you, if you don't mind, to basically yell so I can hear you. I apologize in advance. Yes, you, right there.
What's your fondest memory of Luke Perry?
Oh my goodness. I don't even know where to begin with that one. Well, I think I had posted my first memory of him was my first day or second day. It was right there at the beginning of the show. And I hadn't met him yet. And I remember walking down the hallway, and he was coming out of Jason Priestley's room. I just call him Jay. Calling out Jay's room. And he locked eyes with me, and he just threw his arm over me like this and was like, "So how are those bitches treating you?" And I was like, "Oh, He's like, "Oh, they're horrible. They're horrible right away. They're horrible. They'll get nicer. Don't worry. That's just them. Don't worry about it. You need anything, you let me know. Anything makes you upset, anything you're uncomfortable, anything you need, blah, blah, blah." And that just set the tone for me. He was just, you probably heard this said by many, many people, but it's true. He's just a phenomenal human being, the kindest, generous, open-hearted, wonderful person, just an incredibly kind man. He used to walk around. He was a big kid too. And he had this big Nerf launcher. It seems massive. It was like something out of like an 80s action movie, like this massive rocket launcher. He would just go outside and just launch a rocket, and it would just disappear. It never came back. It would just end up in the neighbor's yard or something. He was just full of joy, full of love and kindness, and he is greatly missed by everybody. He was a true hero. If we're talking about movies about superheroes, I would put Luke Perry right up there. Who else? You over there. You. I have not been approached with that. I don't think it's really about that, from my understanding. I think it's a completely separate sort of situation, a prequel or sequel or something. I don't think it has anything to do with that verse. So I don't know much about it. Admittedly, when I first heard it, I kind of had my reaction that I do to most reboots or revisiting of shows. I'm like, oh, why? It was fine. Everything worked, unless it was a great idea that wasn't well executed, where you could just see the possibilities and it just didn't really pop. Then I can see going back and giving it another try. But, with most things, I feel like, everything, it was perfect for its time. I don't know why bring it back. But so I had that reaction at first. But then, good people are involved in it, and there's certainly a passion for it. I will definitely watch and see what that's like, for sure. And I wish them nothing but the best. For reals. Oh my God, I can't hear anything. What's this unbelievable? It's like you guys are all like this for me right now. Hi.
I was wondering whose idea was to make Anya and Xander bunnies.
That was Drew Goddard's brainchild. If you didn't hear her, she asked who came up with the bunnies. That was Drew Goddard, and I, as far as I know, he has no reason for it other than he just thought that would be funny. And it was. I don't think he or I or anybody from the show would have thought that would stick the way that it has. But that's the power of writing, and I guess I sold it. So there you go. And for the record, no, I think they're real cute. Okay. Sorry. Who else? Hi, honey.
What was it like working on Once More Feeling, the musical episode?
Well, I would say it was hard work, but we had so much fun that I don't think it really felt like hard work. It was something very different for us. I think it really rejuvenated the cast at that time. It asked a lot of us, and we were all very much up to the challenge. And I think it just, we always had fun, but there was an excess of fun, I think, during that time. And we had more time to shoot. I think we only get 8 days. Any show, really, you only have 8 days most of the time to shoot one episode. So we had, I think, like a month to get through all that. So that was a nice luxury. It was just a blast. I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to spontaneously sing for no reason? It was a good time. It was a really good time. Yes. Hi. I cannot hear you at all. I'm so sorry. Well, it's funny. I just got asked that question. No. When I had my daughter, so she's going to be 3 in July. I was pregnant, doing Once Upon a Time, for most of that pregnancy. I think I finished when I was just about finished through my 6th month of pregnancy there. I thought that I would want to just get right back in. That I would, okay, pop the baby out, a few weeks, and let's go back to work. And while I definitely had those first couple of months, I definitely had moments of, oh my God, get me the hell out of this house right now. I can't do this. This is like, there's no preparation for just how hard it is. That kind of gave way into a groove. I was like, I'm actually really want to be here right now. I really want to focus on being a mom right now, at least for the first few years. So I just didn't want to miss it. I was like, I'm just going to be one and done. And the hours that actors keep on most shows, they're pretty brutal. You get in at 6 and you get home around, I don't know, a 12-hour day is a nice day. That's like we got 12 hours. I just didn't want to not ever see my kid. Like, this wasn't okay for me. So I've been that, like full on writing, of course, and I've written for a bunch of different publications, whether they're Entertainment Weekly or Grok or Bustle. And I think I worked on The Walking Dead after I was pregnant. I'm trying to remember. It's all kind of a blur, to be honest with you. But I've just sort of now, she's in preschool, and she'll be in preschool full time in September. I'm like, okay, like, I'm ready to be in something, like really submerge myself in something. I don't know what that is. What? Oh, wow. Thank you. So yeah, I miss adults. I miss exercising my brain in that capacity, and that I just, it's a different challenge completely, and it's wonderfully fulfilling, shaping this little being. But I definitely. I require more of something, and I don't know what that's going to be. You step away from acting, writing, anything in Hollywood for more than a second, and it's very difficult to get your swing back. There's just so many people who are right there behind you, like, bye. So what will come of me? I'm not entirely sure. We'll see, but I'm putting it out there. See what happens. Yes. Hi. Favorite Buffy episode? Yeah, I'd go back to the musical. Yeah. I mean, come on. That's just too fun. It's too fun. But I also really enjoyed, I don't know what the episode name was, but it was one where they were all dreaming. Restless, maybe? I want to say Restless? I really liked that one a lot. I loved reading it. I loved shooting it. I just thought it was beautiful, especially all those scenes in the desert. I thought they were gorgeous. Yeah.
Outside of Queer Eye,
Oh.
do you have any other TV shows that are your guilty pleasure?
Well, first of all, I would not put Queer Eye as a guilty pleasure. I just put that as a pleasure. The show's awesome. It just makes you feel good. My shows at the moment, one's coming back next month, Game of Thrones. Holler. I can't wait. I'm also so sad because it'll be over. But mainly can't wait. Let's see. Game of Thrones, The Good Place. It's absolutely so brilliant. So brilliant. And former Buffy writer on that one, too. They're all just smart writers, those Buffy writers. Absolutely, psychotically love The Good Place. It's so flippin' smart. If you have not seen it, I can't recommend that one enough. What else do I really like? Well, I like The 100, but that's been off for a minute. I don't know when that's coming back, but I'm looking forward to that. What else do I really like? I mean, This Is Us. So sad, though. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Excellent, excellent, excellent show. Off the top of my head, those are the ones I'm thinking about. And then I just revisit my happy place shows, which is what I tend to do a lot when I don't want to have to think about anything. And that would be Star Trek, of course. Or X-Files. Nerd, right here. Nerd alert. Really, is there any, do we even have nerds anymore? I feel like everyone's a nerd. Like, the nerds are the people who aren't nerds, I think. Let's put it that way. Who else? I'll get to you. You, right there. You, in the back. Yes, blue shirt, red hair. Hi. Is there an earthquake? Like, what's happening? Look. Oh, it's you? Oh, my God. I was like, well, you guys don't have earthquakes, do you? You do? Okay, California. It's like, what the hell? Sorry. Hi. Thank you. Kristen Bell? Oh. Wow, that's very sweet of you to say. I think she's quite pretty. So thank you very much. Her role is like, I don't know why I'm not Eleanor Shellstrop. It makes me so mad. Like, oh, I would have loved that. Or really, honestly, any of them. They're pretty damn funny. All of them are so good. Anyway, sorry. Go on. Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't hear the first part of that. The Once Upon a Time. Well, I'll tell you, not a whole lot went into that performance. That's my honest answer, only because it came very late. I was asked to come and play, and the marvelous Jana Spenson, she was the one who did my first episode. And I liked the show, and it was its first season. And I just sort of instinctively thought, well, this will be in my wheelhouse. It should come pretty easy, I thought. Nothing was coming, and I was sitting in the makeup trailer, and I had no idea what I was going to do. I knew my lines, and I still hadn't formed a character. I'm like, I'm going to go out there and suck. I'm going to get fired because I don't hear her. I don't know how she is. I didn't know what to do. And it wasn't for lack of an effort on my part. I mean, I really was like trying to connect with her, and I just couldn't do it. And then they put the nails on my fingers. They put these long, gross nails, and I was just kind of playing with them like that. And the second I did that, that was it. I just thought, oh, okay, and she's breathy, and like a Marilyn Monroe type who would be really confused if you weren't excited that she was eating you. Like, it's an honor that I want to eat you. Like, I don't understand. And so that's what that was. It quickly kind of came in, which is why I say I don't feel like, the honest answer is I don't feel like I put a whole lot because I didn't know, and then it came like that. And luckily, right after that light bulb clicked in, the director, and I'm not kidding you, he walked in less than 5 minutes after, came into the trailer and was like, let's talk about what are you thinking? How do you feel like she is? I was like, I know the answer to this question. I have some ideas. He's like, great. I was kind of thinking the same thing, and that was it. And then luckily they had me back. Yay. Yeah, I don't know who came first. I think I saw you in the corner of my eye. Hi.
What was your first day on Buffy like, and how did you know, or when did you find out you were going to be a regular?
Oh, God, I don't remember what my first day was like. It was like 20 years ago. I don't remember this morning. I guess all I can really say is I do remember having a general sense of excitement with it because I was a fan of the show, and I was excited to work with these people and be a part of this ridiculousness. It was all very new, and really at that time I really hadn't done that much acting anyway. I had done 90210, and when that was done, I was like, I was not enchanted with the business at all. I was quite the opposite. I was very disenchanted with it, and I didn't like what I was reading for. I didn't really like how the business was run. I don't know. I just didn't like it. So I took off for like 2 years. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. So when I came back, it was sort of a knock, like, can I audition still? Like, I don't know what I want to do. And I was like, yeah, there's this guest star on Buffy. Do you want to read for it? I'm like, I do. And then they hired me. And I was like, oh my God, this is so exciting. So I was just generally really just excited. And then you had the second part of that, which I don't remember. See, I don't remember.
When did you find out, and how did you find out?
How did I find out? Well, they kept kind of just saying, we'll see you again. Like, okay, and then I would be seen again. I don't remember the intervals exactly, but they got closer and closer together each time I would come back. So I was heavily recurring throughout, I think, season 3 and then 4. And then I was testing for pilots. I'm just assuming you all know what a pilot is. Yeah, okay, good. I was testing for pilots during that time in between 4 and 5, and I had to make a decision. There was a show that wanted me, and I don't remember what it was. It was like NBC, I think. And I really liked the show, but I liked Buffy better. And I had to make a call because they weren't making me a regular. They didn't want me to go. They were trying to come up with some kind of deal to keep me. But we collectively just said, no, we gotta stand tall on this one, stand firm, and make her a regular, or she walks. And then I was like, oh God, oh God, and they did. So yay. And I was sitting in front of my old fireplace when I got the call. That I do remember, and I wanted to throw my glass of wine into the fireplace to be bad. But I'd be like, yes. And I'm like, no, it's an expensive glass. I'm gonna hold on to that. Yeah, it was a good day. Yes.
If you could play any other character on Buffy, what would it be?
Oh, Spike. Yeah. 100%. Spike's the best. I love Spike. Hi. Yes, clown. No, not clown. You're both clowns. Or no, you're not. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on either. You with the... Hi.
Since you mentioned Star Trek and the X-Files, do you have any favorite episodes?
Oh, of course. Well, okay, as far as Star Trek, my favorite Star Trek is Next Generation. Woo! I mean, come on, hands down, it's just the best. I love Next Generation, so... I mean, Best of Both Worlds is a classic. Still has one of the best cliffhangers from parts 1 and 2 of all time. Gives me chills. In fact, I just watched that not that long ago, like a couple of weeks ago, and I still get chills when he says fire. I'm like, oh, hot. Best of Both Worlds. When I'm sick like I am now, it's just a feel-good episode. It's maybe not the best episode, but it just makes me happy, which is Data's Day. Really anything with Data. Anything with Data is the best. And Brent is the nicest man on earth. I don't know if you've had a chance to meet Brent Spiner, but he is the funniest, smartest dude, period. What's another really great one? I'm blanking on the name right now, like a bad fan. But when, there are 4 lights. 5. Which one? Yes. Excellent episode. Excellent. All across the board. I love that one very, very much. X-Files, Bad Blood, Triangle. I love the visuals on Triangle. I like the sort of standalone ones quite a bit, like Ice from season 1, I think, or Darkness Falls. Partial to Darkness Falls because I did a Darkness Falls. Pusher, definitely with Pusher. Maybe Conduit. I don't know. I like a lot of the early ones. But as far as the later ones goes, just because they're like comfort, like Aguamala. It's again not the best written one. There's some fairly clunky dialogue in that one, but I love it anyway because it's like a monster and they're trapped inside a hotel. Like that's my favorite genre right there. But it also had Monday on that, which I liked, and the other one where they're Laura and Rob Petrie. Arcadia, thank you. There's a handful of those in there, but I'm a sucker for the older ones. Anything with Pusher, or Squeeze, with still one of the creepiest villains. Might be the creepiest looking villain of all time, and on anything, monster, non-monster. Toombs, Eugene Toombs. Thank you. So yeah, those. Thank you. Do you approve? Okay, good. Yes. It's okay.
So, okay, here's the problem. Since you love Star Trek a lot, would you want to ever be on Star Trek Discovery?
Yes. I mean, in a second, any of them. Oh my God. That new Patrick Stewart. Oh my God. Everyone wants to be on that one, though. Everyone wants to be on that one. Oh, can you imagine? He was the first celebrity I ever waited on, Patrick Stewart, when I was a waitress. I cannot hear you. I'm sorry, what?
I saw it in Toronto
Oh.
here at
He's the best. Oh, what a legend. What a legend. He was fiercely awesome in Logan as well. And I thought he should have been nominated. And I saw the black and white version of Logan. I don't know if any of you saw the black and white version of Logan, but that's a whole other experience, and I cannot recommend that enough. If you have a chance, please. I think it's on the Blu-ray. It's a completely different experience. It's beautiful. Only when I waited on him. I was 19. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's Patrick Stewart. Can I take your order? Oh my God. And I think he had tea, which is weirdly funny. Oh my goodness. Brilliant. Yes, Tin Man.
Do you have a cause or an issue that's really important to you?
Oh my goodness. Ow. No, it felt good. It felt good. Well, yes. Environmental issues are very important to me. There are a lot of very worthy causes, and there are a lot of problems and a lot of issues. But I think they all kind of get trumped. Pardon the pun. Or dwarfed by the magnitude of what we have going on. Now, maybe respectfully disagree. Be like, it's fine, everything will be fine, there's no climate change, like whatever. That's fine if you want to. But I'm coming from the standpoint that we are in it, and it's bad, and so that and how to deal with that. When I see politicians, if there's someone coming up, I can vote for like where they stand on that, how important it is to them. Innovation in regards to that is very important. I mean, any and all solutions, I'm all for. If someone has I know some people get a little, actually I'm not going to say that. I'm going to keep my mouth shut on what I was just about to say. I'm not going to say. I'm sort of broad stroking here, but issues to do with veterans, support for veterans, housing for veterans, basically any sort of reform in regards to veterans. I think it's a travesty, absolute abomination that there is a veteran that does not have a home. And I'm just of the belief if you fought for your country, you shouldn't have to pay for a damn thing for the rest of your life, personally. I just think that's cruel. Mental health in regards to vets, access to mental health for vets, for everybody, but I'm specifically referring to vets. My dad was in the Navy. My grandfather fought in a war. It's my soft spot. And research in regards to MS. My father had MS. He did not die of MS, although it was a new drug that had side effects that were not listed, which was actually what killed my father. So I guess I can say MS killed my father in a roundabout way. But MS and research involved to that. anything and everything to do with conservation and preservation and safety of animals. Particularly bringing awareness to poaching, whaling, your neighbor's dog. I don't know. I mean, those are the big ones. I would say education in my country as well, but I don't even know where to begin with that because that's not really it's not something you donate money to. You know, it's not a thing you wear a ribbon for, or you know. The education system needs to be drastically overhauled in my country. And yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. Vote for me! Woo! Hi.
You have a 3-year-old daughter.
Soon to be, yeah.
Soon to be 3.
Yeah.
What from Buffy would you kind of hope that, like that experience where that you have a strong, like there's a female character there, there's females that are kind of in that hope that characteristics or hopes that you would think, you know what, I would hope that when you grow up, you have X, Y, and Z.
You mean after I've introduced her to Agent Scully, who made science sexy, if I may say that. That's not sexist, right? I'm a woman saying it. I can say that, right? Well, let's be honest. They both of them made FBI sexy. Oh my gosh. They're just sexy people. My goodness, they're hot. Just hot people. Well, I don't know when I would introduce her to Buffy if she wanted to watch it. I would think she'd get a lot out of it. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot to get out of it, and there are, you know, it's well written, and there's, I think, you know, storylines, topics, subjects, whatever that are, you know, extremely universal and still timely. I think as long as humanity keeps messing up, Buffy will always be relevant. You know, we'd have to change completely. We'd have to Star Trek our system out for Buffy to become irrelevant. Did I answer you? Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Well, like, do you hope that she would be like, you know, being embodied with strength or, you know, kind of
Well,
trying to see?
yeah. Well, of course. Yeah, I would hope that she would first feel empowered through everything my husband and I would instill in her. And then, yes, you know, watching a show like that, I don't know that much instruction would have to, you know, be done on either my husband's or my part with that, because it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, you face your fears every day and you do it with strength and grace, and that's all you can do. You know, I mean, people say, "Aren't you afraid?" Like, I don't know. Like, maybe it's something as simple as getting up here and talking or whatever. And actually, I'm not. I'm not afraid to speak in front of people. I used to be like nervous. I'm like, oh God, because it's easier to be somebody else than it is to stand up and and talk. But I just think that's the only way you get through it, is to find that piece of you that goes, nope, I am afraid, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And I think that show had a lot of that. For all of the characters, actually. It was a strong example for the youth. Yes, hi.
So I've always loved Anya and the way you portrayed her.
Thanks.
So I was wondering what your favorite part of being Anya was, what your favorite part of Anya was.
What my favorite part of Anya was, well, she was just funny. I mean, I'm partial to just the fact that they gave me ridiculous lines and I got to say them every week. I mean, I have never had that before or since, and so, you know, super honored to have had that. I liked Anya's honesty. I think as well that she didn't care. Now that sounds weird. What I mean by that is she obviously cared, but she didn't all the other things that would prevent her from just doing her job, doing what needed to get done, they didn't really come into play with her. And to that extent, she didn't care. It's like, oh, yeah, well, that's going on. Okay, all right, like she's like brush it off. Like, I can't be bothered with that. And then she would usually say something ridiculous and funny. And I appreciate that a lot. But I honestly, just my favorite thing about her was just being able to say those lines. And I know people were sad that she died, but I wanted her to die, and I thought that would be a nice poetic end for her story. I'm sorry. I will make you cry. Poor Muppet. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But it was good. It was good TV. I think. Yeah, you in the back. Yes.
Okay. A bunch of people have mentioned reboots. Is there a show that you would want to have rebooted so you could be on it?
Oh man. It just wouldn't be good. It just wouldn't be good. So the shows that I love, and I don't think anybody else could play those parts. So it would be strange to say, yeah, do it so that I could have a chat at it, like, I don't.
Is there a bad show that you
A bad show. I mean, it might be interesting. I wasn't around for it. I mean, I've seen reruns because I think it's unavoidable. There's a show called I Dream of Jeannie. That'd be interesting. Like having a modern take on the genie in a bottle. Could be really interesting. But to be honest, I like sci-fi, so it'd be fun to be like a ship's captain. I like that. I like to be a ship's captain. I like Kate Mulgrew's version of ship's captain, Captain Janeway. She was pretty fierce. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If there was like another version of Voyager, I wouldn't mind playing Captain Janeway. Yeah, hell yeah. She was badass. I'm so sorry. I see hands, but I can't. Where are you? Yeah, yes, you. Yeah.
Firstly, I just want to say thank you so much for bringing Anya to life. She's one of my favorite characters on television. Okay. How can you speak to like Anya being like her premise? Firstly, as like a vengeance, even vengeance is phenomenal. But the fact that she ends up falling in love with someone who, in this context, we can see as like a nice boy character who like is mad because he's put into the friend zone by Buffy. So having such a strong, powerful woman identifying ex-demon like Anya, falling in love for someone like Xander, like, do you have anything to like speak to that?
No. I mean, wait, I'm trying to think. I should have something to say about that. Well, my first reaction is, you love who you love, right? You're just, I mean, I'm not a scientist, but I heard there's something called pheromones, and there's a chemical draw first, right? You see first with your eyes. Obviously, you can't see with anything else, right? You see. Let me rephrase that. First, you see with your eyes, and then everything else that comes. So obviously, Anya was a highly sexualized person. She liked to get down, so she was physically attracted to Xander. if I'm going to go super deep, I mean, maybe there's something to do with the fact that they both were, on the outside. Him outside of the zone he wanted to be in, him, in this sort of, part of this little group, but still fairly kind of nerdish and not really a part of a larger collective. And Anya being obviously very much on the outside, completely on the outside. Yeah, I mean, I can see how she would. I can see, looking back on that, how she would be interested in that. And I hadn't really thought too much about that until you just asked me. Because first of all, they just tell you who you like. The writers are like, Anya likes Xander. Okay, great. Let's make it work. And Nick and I got along great. So, he was always making me laugh. So we just, I think that humor, she obviously appreciated his weird sense of humor, and I also appreciated it. And so that just comes through. And what girl doesn't like a guy make her laugh? I do. I like to be made. I like a funny dude. I like a funny guy, for sure. I mean, he ended up being a total douche by breaking up with her, but live and learn. Live and learn.
I also just want to say you would make an excellent Eleanor, and I've thought about it before you even brought it up. I'm just actually, Kristen Bell's fantastic.
She's so good.
She's so good, but you would also play a wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe in a reboot.
In the 10-year reboot. I also really love, I'm going to get her name confused with her character, Tahani, and I want to say the actual actress's name and not Tahani. Jamal? Ugh, horrible, I'm sorry. Anyway, the wonderful actress that plays Tahani, I think her character's grown tremendously. She's fantastic. Her lines actually give me a little bit of they remind me of something I would have played. That's oh, that's kind of an Anya, that sort of Anya-esque vibe that she has. And she's absolutely brilliant. And is it Manny Jacinto, I think, who plays Jason. It's so hard to play dumb. And that's how good that actor is, because he plays dumb better than I think I've ever seen anybody play dumb. It's just, but thank you. I love Eleanor Shellstrop. She's a spirit animal, for sure. How are we doing on time? Wrap up. One more question. I'm just going to go like this. You guys just be honest and tell me. There. Who is it? You.
Are you still friends with or keep in touch with the cast?
Yeah. I do. I do keep in touch with the cast. I'm assuming you mean Buffy. Yes. Okay. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We actually all like each other, for the most part. No, just teasing, kidding, mainly kidding. No, I'm like 99% kidding. 95. 80. Guys, you're so lovely. I hope to see you all back at my table. If you haven't come by, please do. I promise not to get you sick. If you come to shake my hand, you'll know why I say I can't. You guys are so great. And again, I said this on Twitter this morning. I said it yesterday as I was boarding on the plane. What's going on in the world and what's happened in New Zealand, at the mosque, it's absolutely horrific. And I do extend, I know you probably don't want to talk, but if anyone wants to just talk, even if it was this is just making me really sad, please do mention it if you come over to my table, and I'm happy to talk about it with you. And just know that if there are any Muslim people here in this room, I don't even know what to say, and it breaks my fucking heart. And you're loved, and that's it. That's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm Toronto Comic Con thank you to Emma Caulfield.